The series begins from the ending of Squid Game Season 2, where players were fighting the guards. Player 145 surrenders a gun to a guard. As soon as he does that, they shoot and eliminate him. If you want to survive, listen to me. Player 246 eliminated. His body is put in a coffin, and instead of being taken to the furnace, the coffin is directed to the operating room. The male guard is said to be pleased that the female guard has finally joined their side. She says she wants to see the operating room. They add that since they are now partners, there should be no secrets between them. Another coffin is brought into the large hall where the remaining players are gathered. Player 120 carefully opens the lid. Inside, they find Gihun unconscious. She checks his pulse and tells everyone that he is still alive. OHIS, he dead? He is alive. Wait, let's lay him down here. On the ship, the guards are searching for the missing drone pilot. Captain Pak was secretly pushed into the sea. Captain Pak lies, claiming the pilot fell from the ship while drunk. US okay? Junho's friend says they heard a strange sound around 3 a.m. and saw Captain Pak on the deck. Junho wants to search for the body, but Captain Pak convinces him not to. Later, the body of the missing drone pilot is seen lying on a rock near the island. Gihun is asleep, dreaming of his final battle with the frontman. You are alive. Are you feeling better? So where is everyone else? Sojong-bae. He must witness the results of your little game. Last night, an additional 35 players were eliminated. Stab. At the same time. 12-3. Over there. Damn. That little villain is the only one I aim to eliminate. Eleven have been eliminated. The mother offers to help player 222. Meanwhile, player 120 takes the key and leaves to find an escape route. However, just moments later, a signal indicates player 222's water has broken, and a baby is about to be born. Player 222 gives birth quietly while biting on her jacket. Player 044 leads her group and says she hears a voice calling to the exit. She unlocks the door with her key, sees the danger, and escapes, leaving the group behind. She then meets Gihun and tells him that 388 is nearby with an injured leg. Gihun chases after him, following the trail of blood. There are only 11 minutes left. Player 125 says they found player 044 and are looking for the friend who saved her. She runs to hide. Upon entering, she finds an escape door that requires 3 keys, but she only has 1. Now we can all get out of here. Come on. Come on. Is someone inside? No one is here. Gihun and I have never served in the military. I have never even fired a gun. It's your fault. It's your fault. You should have died a long time ago. Move out of the way. You killed them all. You're a psycho. They died because of you. All right, look at me. Look at me. It's okay, honey. Let her go and kill me. I apologize. The game is over. No. The bodies of players eliminated from the maze are collected and placed in coffins. A player from the red team tries to fight a guard, but a female guard shoots him dead. More guards arrive and attempt to eliminate the remaining players. In the main room, Myunggi is waiting for Junhee. Namgi panics over losing Thanos' necklace and asks the guard to let him go back for it, but is denied. Meanwhile, Nice is secretly hiding the necklace in her hand. In another room, the frontman is dining with the VIPs. In fact, there are guards brought in to eliminate the red players, who are not able to eliminate anyone in the hide-and-seek game. When you don't speak, you look a little charming. Shall we toast to the memory of the legendary chairman? Communication with the operating room has been lost. Please go down and check. On the boat, the missing drone pilot sends the drone into the sky. Right side called Junho and asked a local fisherman about Captain Park. However, no one seems to have heard of him. He finds this suspicious, as if Captain Park doesn't exist. He warns Junho once again. Junho insists that he must go. On the island, a large screen is set up at the VIP table to view the players' votes. The frontman tells the VIPs that the players will prioritize the prize and avoid going against the majority. Currently, 16 players have the O badge, which means they wish to continue playing. The voting begins. If you want to continue playing, press the O button. If you want to stop playing, press the X button. Player 100. Player 125. Player 163. If you still need more money, you can take all of mine and share it. Let's vote to end the game together. Please get that little girl and her mother out of here. Please. It's now the last player's turn to vote. 4, 5, 6. Please cast your vote. Player 456 has abstained from voting. We will proceed with the red light, green light game. Now the host said exactly the right thing. I think she was serious when she said she would forfeit all the money. After all this, I've wanted to bury my son alive numerous times. The captains enter the operating room and find the body. On the stairs, a female captain hands a disguised man, the key number 16, and tells him to follow the soldiers. She warns him about the cameras in his room, and then crawls into the vent. The man pretending to be a captain just manages to enter his room. When the official checks, he sees the captain and simply leaves. On the ship, the captain says they should turn back, because the tide is rising. However, Junho finds something, recognizes the beach, and tells the captain to steer the ship there. In the main room, Gimja hands food to Junhee. Junhee apologizes for causing Gimja to have to harvest her son's organs. However, Gimja tells her not to apologize. She tells her to focus on taking care of the baby. Forget about everything else. The only thing that matters is you and the baby. In the completion room, the supervisor says he wants to search for number 16 and track down the female front. Suddenly, the female front sneaks in through the vent and points a gun at him. She says she harvested the organs of the people in the operating room. Junho arrives on the island. He looks at the beach and remembers the front man shot him there. He radios the boat, saying he found the location where he was shot. The island must be nearby. When she returns to the main room, Gimja goes to Gihun, who is still handcuffed to the bed. She says again that it's not his fault. She says that life is unfair, and bad people ruin everything while good people blame themselves. She shares that her son also blamed himself. At one point, she became weak, and then he tried to take his own life. She took him to the hospital and prayed for help. But now, she has had him harvested for organs. She pleads with Gihun to protect the people who are still alive, especially the baby and Junhee, but Gihun says he can't. She tells him that the baby needs him. Meanwhile, Usook and his friend arrive at the house. USOK says they need proof that Captain Pak is a traitor. His friend warns him not to break in, but Usook loads his gun and tells him to keep watch. He dodges the dog and breaks into the house. The next morning, the crew is told to prepare for the course change. A secret key is hidden in Kang Noel's breakfast. It's the key to the boat. Afterwards, the supervisor tells another crew member to check the operating room again. He feels that something is off. Sheep are brought into the main room. Gihun realizes that the duty officer committed suicide at midnight. The guard calls the police, stating that the actual guard 16, the doctor, is dead. They notice that the sheep's leg is now wearing guard 16's uniform. When he returns to Captain Pak's house, Usook looks at an old photo hanging on the wall. He spots a suited man. the same one who recruited others and shot his boss. Just then, the dog enters and attacks him. USOK shoots the dog and eliminates it. In the main room, the guard informs the players that it's time for the arrest game. Namgi is feeling unwell because he has run out of the drug from Thanos' necklace. Junhee doesn't want to leave the baby behind, so she decides to take the baby with her. USOK tries to escape, but finds a hidden hole under the doghouse. The hole is filled with money and guard uniforms. Then he is shocked to see the police arrive. As the players head to the next game, Gihun suggests carrying Junhee's baby. She initially refuses, but he points out that she might accidentally harm the baby. She agrees and follows him. The front man shows the next game on a big screen to the VIPs. It's a new version of red light, green light. A giant doll stands on one side of the bridge, while a male doll holds a rope on the opposite side. Junhee feels guilty and thinks her friend's death is her fault. However, Gihun tells her it is not her fault. Everyone chose to play the game. He wishes he has a daughter and says that raising her gave him the best moments of his life. Each player must cross the bridge while jumping over the rope. Now sit down for a moment. The game will end in 20 minutes. Please leave the baby here. All of you are players. There are no exceptions. Just kidding. But players who do not cross the bridge within the time limit will be eliminated. Listen, someone needs to go ahead. I will come back after crossing. Why is he doing this? I cannot understand that man's thoughts at all. Come on. What are you doing? What do you think? If no one can cross the bridge, it will just be you and me. Stop that. What are you talking about? It's getting more and more interesting. I can't fly anymore. Keep going. No way. Let me through alone. I'm not giving you half of my share. Player 349 eliminated. Can't fly anymore. You're gonna die. Brother. Brother. Move. Myunggi tries to help Junhee cross the bridge, but she refuses the help. She asks him why he eliminated Hyunji. He says he didn't know she was trying to protect her, and just wanted to keep her and the baby safe. He still wants to help her escape, and says he wants to live with her. However, she shows her severely swollen ankle, and asks if he could carry her. Then she says the baby is hers, and has nothing to do with him. He walks away, leaving her alone. I'll be right there. Please, help me. I can't go back now. Junhee, you can overcome this. Please don't come. Stay there. Keep an eye on her. Eliminate. Meanwhile, guards are scanned before checking the outside area. Guards Khan, Noor, and 16 are sent outside. The officer watching them instructs the tracking team to prepare to follow them. The remaining players return to the main room. The VIPs discuss what to do with the baby. One says they should eliminate her because Junhee is dead. Another says the baby should remain in the game because it crossed the bridge. They ask the front man to make the decision. How about having the baby compete as player 222? It will make the voting and the game more interesting. You all passed the 5th game. A total of 16 players have been eliminated. Each player's share will be 4.96 billion won. 9 players have survived. That girl, clearly, she just died. Are you saying that baby is player 222? The baby is player 222, and nearly all of her 5 billion in money. Since she's already dead over there, her share should belong to us. Are you saying we should share our money with that thing. Our share has decreased by 700 million won. Because of that baby? Absolutely not. It should die immediately. Kill it. I don't want to share my pride with that child. Hand it over to me, or I'll kill you too. I've prepared a very special reward for you. At the police station, Right Foot and his friend are being interrogated. Right Foot pleads with the officer to believe him. He knows who Captain Pak is, and says the games are happening on the island. He shows the officer pictures of Captain Pak and the recruiter. This man eliminated his superior. However, the officer does not believe him, and says further evidence regarding the recruiter is needed. Right Side claims he does not know the recruiter's name. The officer changes the subject, and says he checked Right Side's criminal record. He states that Captain Pak only has one fine for illegal gambling, and that it's not particularly serious. Meanwhile, on the boat, Junho is showing a map. He points to the place where he was shot in the past. He explains that he used an air tank to swim through the underwater cave from the island to that beach. I will explain that it uses an air tank. It took about 40 minutes, and he began to narrow down the island's location. Junho says time is running out. He asks Captain Pak for help, but Pak erases part of the map and says the island isn't there. Back at the station, an officer says he wants to call Captain Pak and ask questions. Right Side also pleads to make a call, saying he needs to call a lawyer, but he needs the contact list to get that number. The officer calls Captain Pak and informs him that someone has broken into his home. Captain Pak asks who it was, to which he replies it was Right Side. Captain Pak lies, claiming he doesn't know him at all. The officers then begin to tell Captain Pak everything Right Side said about the games. Meanwhile, Captain Pak listens silently, and in the background, Right Side's voice can be heard, still asking for a phone. The police finally agree to give him the phone. Captain Pak doesn't say much, and then he is told that his dog has died. Junho goes outside and talks to Captain Pak, but he lies and says he doesn't know who called him. Inside the station, an officer tries to take Right Foot's phone, but Right Foot snatches it back and runs away. At that moment, Junho's phone rings. The call is from Captain Pak, dialing Boat 2. He informs them that they have been exposed and orders the elimination of everyone on the boat. Right Foot screams into the phone. He warns Junho that Captain Pak is behind the island games and is working for those men. Meanwhile, Captain Pak loads his gun and begins shooting the boat crew. You know, the location of the island, right? There's no one to help you now. When they return to the game location, the remaining players put on suits for their last meal, just like in the previous season. They sit at a lavish table, while guards prepare a milk bottle for the baby as they eat. The VIPs are watching, worried that the players might vote to withdraw from the game. The frontman tells them not to worry. He intends to ensure that all players believe they have a chance to survive in the final game. Then, the guard announces the twist. They tell the players that in the final game, everyone will vote on who to eliminate. If they can agree on 3 players to eliminate, the remaining players will be allowed to leave. The guard says they can choose more than 3 if they wish. Voting begins and proceeds in reverse order. Now let's hurry up and vote. Enjoy that wonderful meal. Since 5 out of 9 voted to stay, that's the majority. Therefore, we will proceed to the final game. In celebration of giving it their all in every game, I propose a complete defeat. Everyone, enjoy yourselves. The VIPs are pleased that the frontman was right about the players. They ask what the final game is, but he doesn't tell them. The only female VIP decides to go to sleep. On the boat, Junho tries to save his last teammate. He says he needs to find his brother on the island. His teammate says they will never find him in time. Junho considers the place Captain Pak erased on the map as a clue. On the island, Kang Noel and Guard 16 board the boat and set sail. They contact the frontman on the boat, saying the boat has cleared, but Captain Pak reports being eliminated. Meanwhile, the officer contacts Kang Noel, stating the boat won't take them far. He demands the handover of Guard 16. He threatens that he knows the principal is going to the hospital to meet the child. She gets scared and turns the boat around. In the main room, Im-jung says they should vote to eliminate Gihun, the baby, and niece. The remaining people will be able to earn more money. One player says the stakes are high because they don't know what the final game is, but they all agree. The title will be added to them. Meanwhile, Kang Noah jumps off the boat and tells guard 16 to go ashore and call the police, because his daughter is in danger. Splitting into two groups, the officer orders the guard to shoot the two. Later, the guard wakes Gihun and tells him that the front man wants to see him. On the island, Kang Noah climbs the cliff toward the vent. Gihun is taken to the front man, who informs him that the players are trying to eliminate him and the baby. He hands Gihun a knife and tells him he should eliminate the others first. Kang Noah reaches the cliff's vent, shoots to stop the fan, and climbs inside. Gihun returns to the main room and holds a knife to Im Jong's neck. Then there is a flashback. The front man is in front of the owl-masked man. The masked man hands him a knife and tells him to eliminate the other players, as if the front man is doing the same to Gihun now. In the past, the front man did this and eliminated everyone, but Gihun cannot do that now. Jang Seok, wrapped in gnomes, tries to escape in a boat as visibility decreases. Junho is on the water, driving another boat. Someone speaks to him over the radio. It's his brother, the front man. He warns Junho that continuing to search for the games will get him killed. In the main dome, the players are waking up. They are told that the final game will begin soon. Kang Noah reaches the bathroom and hears the sound of the shower. She descends to the apartment, but quickly hides to avoid being found as soon as the shower stops. The last 8 players ascend the stairs towards the final game. I should have told you to bring that man back here. I thought I knew you better than anyone else. Delete his records. This is all the information about player 246. That's everything. We have to erase the records in your brain. This is the archive of the front man's office. Only he and I have access. That's everything. The players arrive at the area for the final game. 3 massive pillars, shaped like a triangle, circle, and square, are visible there. Meanwhile, Kang Noah forces the officer to take her to the front man's office. Inside the elevator, the officer suddenly attacks her and tries to grab her gun. They start fighting and continue to struggle. Even as the elevator doors open, they break into the office. I know you and player 246 work together at that amusement park. What, are you in love with him? Did you really do this just to protect the child? I can understand to some extent. We were the same. I lost the only person I cared about there. Officer, can you hear me? The game is ready to start. Everyone is standing by. You abandoned the child to save yourself. I thought you were different. But are you trying to run away again? You know the elevator isn't moving. In the final game, the players will be given the rules. 3 rounds are held, each taking place on a giant pillar. The first is a square, then a triangle, and finally, a circle. In each round, the group must push 1 or more players off the pillar while they are still alive. If they can't do it in time, all remaining players will be eliminated. As the game begins, the players slowly advance towards Gihun and the baby. The announcer tells them to press the button on the floor to start the game. A 15-minute countdown begins. Im Jong suggests losing 1 person in each round to meet the requirement of eliminating at least 3. He proposes to vote on who to eliminate in each round. Gihun, holding the baby, glances between Park Min-soo. Someone suggests eliminating the baby first, claiming she has no chance of surviving. Myung-gi opposes this, and instead suggests eliminating Gihun. He argues that Gihun will never let go of the baby, and might drag someone down while trying to protect her. One player adds that eliminating both Gihun and the baby could result in an additional elimination. Attention shifts to Park Min-soo, who panics, pleads with them, and ultimately screams. The clock has 4 minutes left, but no one can decide who will actually push the button. Everyone hesitates, paralyzed by fear, guilt, or uncertainty. Myung-gi pulls a stick from the center of the square pillar and uses it to keep distance while pushing Min-se off the cliff. Player 125 has been eliminated. Good job. The tracking team is closing in on the principal's temple, and Kang-woo finds Commander's body and the bag mask in the front man's office. She breaks through the locked door and reaches the archive where all the hard copies of the records are stored. As the game shifts to the triangular pillar, a bridge is formed. The VIPs discuss how the players will eliminate Gihun and the baby. Before starting the next round, Myungi insists on separating Gihun and the baby. Everyone, including player Myungi, votes to eliminate the baby. One player extends a stick and asks Gihun to place the baby on top. They say that's the only way to avoid ejecting both of them. At that moment, the timer starts. Tension rises as Gihun prepares to challenge his opponent. It becomes clear that the group is conspiring against him next. The opponent hesitates, and a struggle over the stick begins. Let me borrow that. If you can do it, then I will. Someone among us will die in the next round. I said we should stay united until the end. Yes, we still have time. If you really try to push him out, you'll have to give in and hand over the child. I'll tell you that. Meanwhile, Kang Noah finds the file on the regulations in the archive. On the water, the pursuit team opens fire on the regulations boat. They shoot the motor to stop him. In the game arena, players use rock, paper, scissors. In teams, they decide who will approach Gihun and the baby in rock, paper, scissors. Im Young and the second player lose. In a one-on-one match, the second player loses again and is chosen. Meanwhile, the guards surround the base boat. However, before they can fire, Junho and his teammate arrive, eliminate the guards, and save him. When they return to the game, the players tie jackets around the second player and lower him safely. Myungi instructs that if they can't grab the baby, they should pull Gihun and the baby closer. And when the time comes, they plan to push Gihun. The second player tries to trick Gihun into drawing lots. However, Gihun refuses. While they are stalling for time, the second player suddenly rushes in and grabs Gihun. They are forcing me to do it. They say they'll kill me first if I don't hold back. Move aside. I'm with you. Their contract didn't last long. Promises and contracts never turn out that way. We need to decide who to eliminate next. The entire plan was your idea. I was trying to save the child. You understand? I'm the father. The VIPs are celebrating the victory. The front man praises Gihun's decision to return. Myungi turns to Gihun and says they should join forces, since both are armed. The final round starts, with only 3 remaining players. Gihun, player Myungi, and the baby. After one player was beaten in a violent fight and broke their leg, the group lost control. Gihun tried to stop the violence and suggested drawing lots instead, but chaos broke out. Another player tried to stab him, and Gihun had no choice but to fight back. He stabbed him in self-defense. Hold on tight. I finally found a solution to the game. After pressing the button, we'll go and throw him off the edge. Game over. Lunchbox. What a brilliant idea. Alright, sounds good. Hold him tightly. Carry him. Step back. This man is dangerous. I will show my fangs at you. Ah. It's wonderful to see you. It's just the 5 of us left, right? 4 billion. I'll leave the rest to you, that's fine. Get the 2. Ah. The second round of the game has ended. I really don't want to be your lunchbox. We weren't thinking that way. No more beyond this. No stop. After rescuing him from the guard, Junho boards Gyunsuk's boat. It marks the beginning of the final episode. At first, Junho thought he was one of them, but the scanner proves that he is a player. Gyungsuk shows him the island hidden in the fog. In the final game, only Gihun, player Myungi, and the baby remain. Myungi tells Gihun to take the baby and step back. However, Gihun refuses. This puts Myungi in a position to choose whether to eliminate himself or the child. Myungi admits that he knows this. Gihun has only 5 minutes to cross the bridge. Meanwhile, Kano breaks into the frontman's office, setting fire to the archive files that hold his wounds. Just as she is about to leave, she finds another file that is labeled and contains a list. On the game platform, Myungi moves forward and tells Gihun that if he and the baby can't cross, they will all die together. A boat heading to the island has been detected on the radar. Then, a police officer informs the frontman on the battlefield. Junho tells his teammates that the Coast Guard is on their way and changes into diving gear to head to the island alone. He entrusts his teammates with taking care of the injured Kyunsak. In the game room, Gihun suggests that Myungi eliminate him to save the baby. However, Myungi does not trust him and accuses him of being involved with Junhee. The moment you cross the bridge, you will push me off and take the prize for yourself. I almost fell for your foolish act just now. Save yourself and save the child. Did something happen between the two of you? From the beginning, you are hiding something. Come on, there's not much time left. Kang Noel discovers a file labeled with the ship's name and finds her own. It details her defection from North Korea. It covers her time as a performer and the deaths of her husband and daughter. Returning to the bridge, Gihun lowers the baby and steps back. With 40 seconds remaining, Myung-gi uses the pole to pull the baby to his side. While he is distracted, Gihun retrieves a knife from the body behind him. You said you would sacrifice yourself. Once you get closer, I swear I'll abandon the child. No one has won twice before. Sup? What are you waiting for? 456? Just ended already. Player 456 has been eliminated. The game has ended. A patrol boat is approaching offshore. Please begin evacuation. Junho discovers a bomb connected to the countdown and climbs towards the front man's office. Kang Noel uses a police mask to hide and escape. The front man goes to retrieve the baby. However, Junho sees this on the screen and fires at him. He destroys it, exposing the hidden door behind. Junho enters the VIP room. He surveys the final game. The front man is on top of a circular pillar, holding the baby. Then, Junho shoots through the glass. He shouts to his brother, asking him to explain why he did it. Inho turns away and descends in the elevator. Meanwhile, cars and helicopters are leaving the island. Kang Noel is in one of the cars. He is still holding back the injured river. The timer shows 30 seconds remaining, and all locations are empty. The timer ends, and the island is engulfed in flames. Junho makes it out just in time. A shadowy presence walks down the dark hallway. He breaks open the locked door. It is in Gihun's pink motel room. A lot of money is now piled up. 6 months later, at the amusement park where Kang Noel and Kyung Suk once worked, Kyung Suk is back to paint a portrait. He sketches Kang Noel but doesn't realize who she is. He says she looks familiar. She answers that she used to work there, Dad the Rabbit, and I took a picture together. Hello, Nayoung. How do you know Nayoung? When I was working here. Thank you very much. Your portrait is not ready yet. I will come back later. Kang Noel gets into his car and receives a call from a man named Akuman Chul, a group that is helping to look for her daughter. He says her daughter might have been spotted in China. However, it has not been confirmed yet. Meanwhile, Usok is being released from prison. A mutual friend of Junho meets him outside. While driving, Junho wonders what he will do now that the recruiter is gone. USOK admits he doesn't know what to do and asks Junho the same question. However, Junho says he is no longer a detective. USOK jokingly says he can't be a loan shark without money. He wonders if Gihun took all the prize money for himself. Unaware that Gihun is dead, Junho says that when he found the room, it was empty. Junho returns to his apartment and is surprised to see the baby waiting for him. He is wearing Junhee's jacket. There is a black envelope tied with a red ribbon on top of her. Inside, it says Junhee's winner. A bank card with Junho's name is inside. Curious. Junho takes the card to the ATM and inputs the password as 0 Kim Junhee. It is successful, and the screen displays a balance of 45.6 billion won. In another location, at the airport arrival lobby, Park Man-chul is helping to reunite separated families. A woman arrives from overseas and is greeted. She is Sebyuk's mother, and next to her, Chol is waiting. He is Sebyuk's younger brother. The grandmother encourages him to greet her. The woman apologizes for being away for so long. They then share an emotional reunion. Nearby, Kang Noel is seen heading towards her gate on the escalator. Park Man-chul spots her and calls out. She confirms that she will be flying to China. He apologizes for not being able to see her off and assures her that someone will be there to meet her when she lands. He hopes she will find her daughter. Upon returning to Korea, Usak and his friend arrive at Gihun's pink motel. They plan to repair it. USOK declares that they now own it. He is the boss, and his friend is the manager. He shows them the room where the prize used to be kept. They still wonder who took it. And in Los Angeles, a man in a suit arrives at a suburban house and rings the doorbell. A young girl comes out and answers, Song Gae-young, Gihun's daughter.